We have with us author Manuel, who is with Defenders of the Land, a grassroots network of frontline Indigenous communities that are fighting back against Canada's exploitation of their lands and water and the air. We're here today surrounded by fences that have divided our communities. We live in a world that are surrounded by borders that push people off and displace them. And this particularly impacts Indigenous communities. It particularly impacts migrant communities. So please welcome Mr. Art Manuel.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank the Indigenous people from this territory for allowing us to come here. Today we had a major demonstration, the Defenders of the Land. And I'd like to say that we do not support these fences, nor do we support these borders. You can tell that these fences are here to protect the wealthy and the rich. And we know that here in Canada, because we've had fences put up in terms of the Indian residential school systems and in terms of the Indian reserves, where we've been taken off our land and forced to live on Indian reserves and forced not to be able to benefit from our traditional territories. And we see this happening all around the world, where the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And we don't agree with an economy that does that to our people. And we just stand in support of Indigenous people and other people around the world that are struggling for freedom to be able to enjoy the benefits of their land from their own traditional based type economies and not be subject to these top-down economies that like Canada and the United States. I just come back from Ecuador, where I was out in an Amazon village, and they were concerned about Canadian mining companies, Ivanhoe Energy, for example, that's going down there and wanting to take their land and their resources. And I feel that, we need to unite around the world globally to struggle against these kinds of fences, these kinds of borders where governments, the big rich governments, especially those like Canada and the United States, that are based on the wealth, the natural wealth of our traditional territories, and that we need to be able to be recognized as the traditional landowners and participate and develop our own economies as Indigenous people. And I'd just like to say that we protest against these kinds of fences and these kinds of borders. Cook Jam.